Good morning, everyone. I'm Connor, and this time I'll be on the other side of the debate. I'm telling you why raising minimum wages is not as a good idea as it sounds. First off, really, as a jobs program, raising the minimum wage is actually a real loser. Congress raised the minimum wage 10.6% in July of 2009. In the ensuing 6 months that followed, nearly 600,000 team jobs disappeared, even with the nearly 4% growth in the economy. This compared to the loss of 250,000 jobs in the first half of the year as the GDP growth declined by 4%. Why is this, you may ask? Well, when you raise the price of anything, people tend to take less of it. This includes labor as well. The unemployment rate for teens remains unacceptably high. Workers of all ages that are relatively unskilled and are adversely impacted by this policy. My second point was that it would just eliminate jobs altogether. Ordering businesses to pay entry-level workers more would make them hire few of them, and consider replacing more workers with robots or computers. And that's good if you're in the robotic or computer industry, but not so good if you're trying to combat unemployment. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimated that President Obama's proposed $10.10 minimum wage increase, once fully implemented, and I quote, would reduce total employment by about 500,000 workers, according to Reason.com. My second point is it would reduce the incentive for low-wage workers to get themselves a higher education and improve their skills and move on to higher-paying jobs. The lower minimum wage, the more eager a minimum wage worker would be to enroll in a community college course at night, improve his or her skills, and apply for higher-paying jobs. Making the entry-level jobs higher paying increases the risk that workers will be stuck in them for longer instead of moving on to something more rewarding. Consider a community-based pizza parlor selling 100 pies a day for 360 days out of the year at $10 a piece. The total revenue would be $360,000. It employs 10 minimum wage workers earning $7 an hour, working 2,000 hours a year, making labor costs $140,000. Assume rent, utilities, equipment, depreciation, insurance, supplies, licenses, and food costs come to about $170,000 a year, leaving a profit margin of only $50,000 for the owner and his or her family. Raising the minimum wage just $1 would increase labor costs by $20,000, paying more for the same amount of course they'll pay more for the same amount of labor, and reduce profit to a mere $30,000 profit margin for the owners. The owner must then either move to a smaller house or increase prices in order to offset the extra labor costs. The owner must then, hold on a second. So the full increase in the wage cost of an increase in the minimum wage comes out of the pockets of the consumers or the owner's family's profit margins. And one person who may lose a job because the owners simply can't afford to keep them around any longer. There was no net gain in the income to increase spending in the community served, as every dollar to the minimum wage workers received out of somebody else's pocket in a community. This scenario was provided by Forbes.com. So just to reiterate, raising the minimum wage would reduce the incentive for low-wage workers to better the skills. It would just eliminate jobs, and first-time workers trying to get their foot in the door are going to have a much tougher time than people who already have work experience. Thank you.